What's up, everybody?
Hey
We are
guys,
live.
we live and we wanted to do something different today and show you our faces. Is it me or does it look a little grainy?
It does look
Is
grainy
that
on
my
here.
camera?
It might be.
Is that ghetto if we wipe it?
Nope. We live. This is what happens in real life
Right.
when you go live. Is that? Let's see. Oh, it actually is a little better, but it's still
It's still
grainy.
grainy.
We're gonna roll with it.
Okay, maybe that's just Zoom. But hey guys, I'm super excited to talk to you tonight. Of course, I'm Crystal Lee.
And I'm AJ Joyner.
And we do this every Tuesday night. And I'm super excited about what we're talking about tonight. But before we get into that, I know AJ has, he wants to start it off and see where everybody's from.
All right. So for those of you who have been here before, you've heard the routine. But for everyone new here and for everybody on in general, where are you from? Type it in the chat window. We want to see where you guys are from. Leesville, Louisiana, represent. Who that?
313.
Also,
what's your area code?
318-504.
You ain't 504.
504. Yeah, we want to see how you guys found out about this webinar. So did you get an email? Did somebody tag you? Did you see an Instagram post? Let us know how you learned about this Girl Plus Goals webinar.
Yes.
So type that in the chat window as well. And we're going to be talking to you in the chat window. So, we'll be in there chatting with you. And if you ask a question that we do not answer, it's probably because we're going to do a separate training on it. Okay. So don't get frustrated. If you feel ignored, we got you.
Yes. We try to keep the content for this night focused on this specifically. And then we have a really wonderful group, a mastermind group, Girl Plus Goals, where we deal with everything a little bit more hands-on, and we kind of help people focus in on their own individual brands. Shout out to all of my Girl Plus Goals fam that's on here tonight. One love.
One love.
It's so weird us doing this with.
It is. And it's a little grainy. It's
very grainy.
But it's all good. We're going to push through.
Is it like this on Zoom? I feel like Zoom just kind of.
We're going to push though.
Let's push through.
All right.
So, super excited that you guys are here tonight. And I'm excited about all of you starting your t-shirt brands, your businesses, even if it's not t-shirts, whatever it is. All of the information that we give you can pretty much be used for any e-commerce platform, anything that you want to sell. The same rules pretty much apply. Tonight, we are going to talk about influencers. We just got this question in our mastermind group. Obviously, you got to get your design together. You got to get your website together. You got to figure out how you're going to print it, ship it, all that stuff. But when it's time to sell it, there are a lot of different ways to market your product, right? You got social media, you got, emails, you got ads.
You got word of mouth.
Yeah, you got all kinds of stuff that you can do. But obviously, if there is somebody very popular on social media, you want them to be rocking your product, right? Well, the real question is, how do you get those people to even pay you any attention when you are a new business owner, may not have that many followers, nobody really knows you yet or trusts your product yet, and you reaching out to somebody who everybody is reaching out to, and you want to stand out?
How do you separate yourself from the noise?
I like what you did right there. So I want you guys to make sure that you are taking notes, because me and AJ are definitely going to get into it. I hate how grainy this is.
It's all good. So if y'all are ready to go, I want you to type "ready to go" right now in the chat window so we can see if y'all are really ready to go, if y'all serious about this thing, right, y'all?
Ready to go. You see me looking down. I'm looking at notes.
Me
AJ,
too.
AJ has notes.
What?
We have notes.
Hold on, I got notes on my Android. But I'm going to use my iPhone. Somebody's an Android hater.
So we're going to start off with how you even get started. So I know you're like, okay, well, first thing I got to do, I just got to start sending out these DMs. No. The first thing we want to do is create a spreadsheet of the influencers that you're trying to reach. Okay. So use Excel.
Or Google, what is it? Google Sheets?
Google Sheets, whatever is easier for you to use. And you literally just want to type out. Now, I'm looking at my notes because I want to be very specific with the things that I want for you to list out, right? So you want their name, obviously, their email address if you can find it. Some influencers, they have management emails in there, PR, whatever, just whatever email you can find. Google is your friend. Google if you need to. Their website, their Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of that information. Last time you've contacted them. So you want to put the day that you contacted them and you want to keep up with this date. And then your status with them. So is this somebody you know? And we're going to get into micro influencers. Is this somebody you know you're cool with? You like AJ, you like, hey, you got 13,000 followers. Hey, da-da-da. Cool. That's somebody I'm cool with. That's a friend. Is this a cold reach out? You don't know them. They're a celebrity. That's cold. Acquainted. Maybe somebody put you guys in contact. So you want to put all of this in a spreadsheet so that you know when you contacted them and you can keep up with this information. You also want to make sure that this person's page is representative of what you're selling. So if I have Girl Plus God, now let me be clear, right? Because God is for everybody. Okay, I want to make that clear off the top. But I am not going to reach out to an influencer who may be
a stripper.
Yeah. Or, you know what I'm saying? Which not, you could wear your Girl Plus God. I'm fine with that. But
Right.
I'm not going to reach out to them to be an influencer for me because your lifestyle isn't, kind of matching with
God.
The Girl Plus God message and lifestyle. So I'm just not going to reach out to you to be an influencer. You can wear the product, but I'm not going to reach out to you to be an influencer. So you want to make sure that just because they have 100,000 followers that you're not just reaching out to them because, oh, they're so cute, but that they actually represent what your brand represents. Your brand could represent strippers, lifestyle, whatever, and you will go straight in. So you got to make sure on your spreadsheet that you're listing down, hey, 10,000 followers, really great engagement. You want to check to see about their engagement.
Very good.
It is some people that's still buying followers and likes. Okay. You need to go through. I'm gonna tell y'all how I figure out if people have bought followers. I go through their likes, and if I see a bunch of like bot pages and random white people, then I know that sounds crazy, but
or random Asians.
then I know that these are a bunch of spam accounts. And so that's how I know that somebody has bought their followers. If you go through and let's say that there's somebody black, you see a bunch of black people, or if they are white, you see a bunch of white, it like kind of matches their page, then you know, like, okay, these are real life people. I click on some of the people to see, if they're real. I click on the profiles. So you want to watch that too. Like some of these people that you think may have a strong 10,000 followers, maybe they don't. And then are their followers being converted? Are they actually able to sell something? Or are they just on there talking and looking cute? Some people follow people just to look. They don't want to buy anything. So those are all things that you want to include on your spreadsheet to say, this person is actually engaging people. They do really well with campaigns. I also would check to see how many people they're working with. You don't want to slide in there and they working with 12 other companies and you're going to get lost in the sauce. When you could go find somebody, a micro influencer. When I say a micro influencer, that means they may not have a whole lot of followers, but they got 5,000 strong
in that particular niche.
And those people are engaged, excited. So that means somebody like my assistant is sitting across from me. She would be a great micro influencer for my brand. How many Instagram followers do you have?
4,500.
She got 4,500 Instagram followers, but they're super engaged because she talks about her journey with God. She talks about different challenges. She talks about that stuff. She would be a great influencer for me because her followers are very engaged in that. So I ain't got to go to the person that got 100,000 followers when I could go to her and know that those people are actually going to pay attention to her, as opposed to the 100,000 followers that may have Fashion Nova and Flat Tummy Tea, and they're not going to pay attention to Girl Plus Guy.
And another thing with the micro influencers is the price point is different.
Yes.
So you might be able to throw 4,500 people, you might be able to throw them $25.
Right.
Right.
So Asia, can you talk about, because I'm going to get into how to actually reach out to them.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as money is concerned,
Mm-hmm.
do you offer money? Should you just go straight in? Like, can I see my shirt?
So there are a couple of different approaches you can take with that. For people who, once you've established a relationship, then you may not come in with money first. But some people, it's literally just asking. Sometimes you can click in their bio and they'll say things like, for booking, contact XYZ. So when you see things like that, then chances are they are looking for money. But if you do, excuse me, and we'll get to that other thing in a minute, but yeah, I would go in and I would say, for the people who are known to, pay to play, just say, hey, how much is it to get a shout out,
right,
or a blast, or
right,
whatever you call it, right?
Right.
So, but it's a case by case basis, right? Especially when you're dealing with micro influencers.
Yeah.
I would just go in and ask, like, hey, I love what you're doing with your page and your followers. Here's what I have to offer, and if it aligns with what they represent, sometimes they'll just do it.
Yeah.
So I think you take that on a case by case basis.
Yeah. And, like I said, you clearly want to make sure that they're actually going to benefit you before you give them any money.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you don't know until after you do it. It's a risk like anything else in business. But obviously, influencers are a great way to build your followers, to build your email list, to get people excited about your brand. So you absolutely want to, get you some good influencers.
And now there is a sort of a standard budget that you can allocate and say, hey, I want to pay $100 a month. And then you find people specifically who take $100 or less. So you may be able to find 3 or 4 micro influencers and pay them a little bit. And you can do that every month and you'll gradually grow your following. As a matter of fact, I know several people who have groups where they repost each other all the time, right? And that's another thing when it comes to that kind of thing. So let's say, for example, Crystal and myself and Jillian, who's here with us, we can start our own little group of sharing each other.
Right. Because we gonna share people's stuff in Girl Plus Goals. So
Mm-hmm.
when we have new launches,
Mm-hmm.
The guys came up with a really good, I say guys, I just look at guys, but the girls came up with a really good idea. Like, hey, when somebody launches, we all go support. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to charge this computer. We all gonna go and support each other. So you have like a built-in
network.
Yeah. So you need that. You need some people to get, excited about what you got going on. Right. So while AJ is plugging that up, I'm gonna go into how to actually reach out to them. So there are several different ways. Like I said, you definitely want to do your research. You have to spreadsheet, all that good stuff. So if you have their email, obviously there's email, there's DM, there is all that stuff. But a lot of ways that people don't think about is a video. Because a lot of times, people are scared. You like, I don't know these people. They're so famous. They got all these followers. They're going to tell me no. Well, you got to throw that fear out anyway. Like the fear, throw it out the door because you're running a business and you got to make some sales. If you want influencers, if you want to stand out, that's a great way to stand out. Do a really cool video. Mm-hmm. You about to say something?
No, I was saying you have to do what you have to do when you're in business.
Yeah.
Period.
So the one thing you have to think about too is that everybody is kind of thinking about what can they get from the deal. Like, what is the influencer getting from working with you? Is that a shirt that they like? Is that money? Is that like, what is the exchange for them? And so you definitely want to think about,
a value exchange.
Right.
And it can be something you can't just say, oh, you're going to get a free shirt, because they may not care about that.
Right.
right? So what is are there intrinsic benefits of working with you?
Yeah, like I get shirts all the time. So that's not something that'll make me be like, oh my gosh, so I want you to think about this and write this down. So number one, you want to figure out what you're actually even proposing. Don't just say, hey, I'm gonna send you my shirt, thank you. Do you want them to post the shirt? Do you want them to promote for you? Be very clear about what you want from the influencer. Number two, be creative. They get this all the time. Take it from me. I get people trying to send me shirts all the time. So be creative and think about how to keep their attention for 2, 3, 4 minutes. Just what can you do to stand out?
Can you write a song, a poem? Can you dance?
What can you do to make them music. Be like, I gotta be a part of this?
Right.
I literally started with Girl Plus God as an influencer. The owner at the time reached out to me and I was like, this is so cute. I would definitely be an influencer. Somehow I ended up buying a brand.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. But I started as an influencer and I decided to wear it because I thought it was super cute and it represented my life. So, and she reached out to me and she sent me an email and I thought it was cool. And I was like, I like her story. I'm going to help her out. So think about that. Yes, AJ already said what number 3 is: a song, a poem, something creative. And
dance.
Number 4, you can feed their ego a little bit. Everybody like a little, something. Tell them what they've done for you. Tell them, what their content has done for you, what they mean to you. AJ, thank you so much. Your marketing advice has changed my life. Can I see my shirt?
Right.
So you want to just share something with them. Just thank you so much. You have literally changed my life. It's so funny because every time I talk about influencers, I always get like an influx of people like, all right, thank you. Now I'm going to use the same thing on you.
Uh-oh. Sorry about that. But I got to play some background music while we talk about egos.
That's my background. That's too loud.
Oh.
Oh, that's old Kanye.
That's the cool Kanye, right?
And number 5 is your offer should be at the end. So what does that look like? AJ, that would be my song, right? And I'm like, AJ, you're so cool. Like, man, you're the best marketer on the planet. You changed my life. I would love to work with you. Can I get you to post my shirt? Maybe 2 times on your social media. What would a price look like for that? Be very clear about what you want.
Right. Or you can think longer term, which is what I like to do. And you can say, I mean, if it's true, what you did, this is how it helped me, X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll be like, okay, cool, thank you. And, then you update them and establish a relationship that way. Then it's more of an organic ask because you've established a relationship.
That's even better. I'm just straight to the point. Like,
you're like, yo, I read your book, post this shirt for me. I bought your book.
That's why we work together. You got something else before?
There's a strategic and then there's an actionable.
Okay, so we're going to talk about, we, again, in our mastermind group, we really try to focus in on people individually and their own brands and what they kind of need themselves. And we got this question in the mastermind, so we always try to give you guys the content that you asked for. So we're going to go a little bit more in depth with the mastermind group, but to kind of close this out on you getting your influencers, you want to make sure that you are doing this consistently. So the things that we're saying, you cannot do it for 2 weeks, not get a response, and then give up.
Correct.
You won't get anywhere. So you want to make sure that you are consistently going back to your spreadsheet, that you are updating it. I reached out to them again. I know AJ has probably had this, and myself as well. There are certain opportunities in life that I wouldn't have got if I wouldn't have been on it.
Consistent. Absolutely.
That's how I got my job at TMZ, because they were like, we got to have you because you have emailed us so many times. I was not going to give up until I made it happen. So if you want certain influencers, don't give up until you make it happen. You have to consistently go for what you want. And the problem is that most people give up.
Most people give up, and most people aren't strategic with a lot of their things. And I guess strategic. Can I jump to something before we close it out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One thing you can do, and this is something we're doing with Girl Plus God, is once you have that spreadsheet, why don't you interview them? Ask them, can I interview you for my brand? Right? And reach out to 15 influencers and then make it a blog post or make it an Instagram post. Like, these are the top 15 most influential people in the t-shirt industry. And you interview 15 of those, right? Because back to the ego thing, people love talking about themselves, right? So that is definitely a strategic thing that you can do. And I gotta stop saying right so much when in between my.
No, I say right a lot too.
That's my word.
I think it's like a speaker thing. Like when you used to being on stage and stuff, you like right because you want to make sure people are understanding what you're saying.
Right.
Right. So that is very important though, and you will be surprised the people who will actually do it for you. And I definitely want for everybody on here right now to just kind of check your mindset, check what you're telling yourself about yourself, your brand. If you believe nobody's gonna respond to you and nobody's gonna do the interview and who will want to wear my little shirt,
you will believe it right into existence. What you think is what comes true, more than not. So make sure your mindset is in the right place.
Absolutely. So
as a man thinking, absolutely.
I hope y'all heard Jillian.
Say it one more time, Jillian, for the people in the back.
As a man thinketh, so he is.
There you go.
Can I add something?
Go ahead.
Just as an influencer, the main thing I look for is like people like coming to me, like being professional and having their stuff together.
Right. I guess nobody can see.
Right. It's his voice. Everybody, this is Jilly.
Okay, I was just gonna say, like, as an influencer, when people like come and ask me to like promote their thing or be a part of their brand and stuff, I always look for like if they're professional, do they have like stuff to get like the details they lay out? Does it seem like unorganized? Because if that's the case, I don't want to be a part of that because that's gonna be more stressful for me because you don't even have it together and you want me to become a part of that. No. So I think it's best like when you like take the time to be like lay out all the details, like show that like you put time and thought into it, and then like that would make me want to be a part of the brand. But when it's like all over the place, I even if I do it and I go to like the photo shoot or something and it's all over the place, I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't really want to work with that brand again because they didn't take care of me, they weren't on top of stuff. But even if it's not a big brand, but they're like they're thoughtful and stuff like that, that will make me want to do it.
Just came and dropped some jewelry,
right?
And
I mean, that's really good. That's a really good point though, because you got to think she's speaking from somebody who
is an influencer.
Yes, who is an influencer people are reaching out to, and she has a strong following for her being very transparent about her journey with God. So her name is Jillian Sloan, by the way. You can follow her. And for me, I would say most people have to go through Jillian to get to me. So you would have to impress Jillian to get to me at this point. Before, people would just email me or send me a DM. I'm not really good at checking my DMs because I pretty much I delete Instagram every day. That is how I stay focused and I disengage from all of the chatter of the world. I delete Instagram. So if you are solely focused on sending me a DM, you can't always reach me. So for people who go the extra mile and they email me, if they send something that stands out, then Jillian will be like, yo, look at you. Right. So if she sees something and it stands out, then she's going to let me know. So then you have to know that too, that a lot of different people have assistants, interns that are reading their stuff. And they got to deal with all kind of emails, all kind of people asking all kind of questions. Yep. So you got to know how to get past the assistant to get to the person. And the assistant's like, yo, this shirt is dope. Or, yo, they just sung you a song, girl. You got to see it. So you got to think about that too. You're not always going directly to the person. So be creative. Think outside the box. For me, I used to not even go through all this. I just used to be sending them packages and really sparkly stuff because I was like, they gonna open this. So
and that's called lumpy mail in marketing. That's what we call it. So can you be creative and send them something that would be beneficial to them? Even use snail mail, because that's a way to break it's a more of a pattern interrupt versus 100 DMs, right? And you can't assume that people are ever see those DMs as well, because what's that secret? The people that aren't your friends going to the other side. That's right.
They go to the other side.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm going to end with this, and we shall pick back up in the group.
Yep.
That's why you need to join the group. But once you send people your shirt, unless there was a money transaction and you've agreed upon a certain date, if somebody just agrees to wear your shirt for you just because they want to, you got to give them some time to kind of, wear it. I've had people wear shirts months from the time. I don't go back and be stalking them and be like,
you ain't got my shirt yet.
You ain't go wear my shirt.
What that shit?
You don't see that girl plus guy?
Right.
I give them time.
Mm-hmm.
It's different if there's a money transaction or if you guys sign up for a certain agreement. That's totally different. They have to abide by that agreement. But you are going to get some people that's just going to want to support you, and that's totally fine. Don't get upset if they don't post your shirt right away. Okay?
Your timeline is important to you, not to everybody else.
Yes, because a lot of people are getting a lot of shirts. So I know I've had a couple people mad at me, like, you ain't wear, and it be like people's friends, like, you ain't wear my friend's shirt.
Yeah, ready to go in. You're like, I just got it yesterday, bro.
Right. And then like
my outfit's laid out for the week.
Our producer checks our mail because some people send shirts to the radio station. I'm like, I don't even have the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. So you never know. But that's why you want to keep your spreadsheet so you can always go back and say, this is the last time I reached out. It's probably time for me to reach out again. Hope you're doing well. Happy birthday or something. Just reach out to people. Yeah, just be normal.
Be normal and be nice.
So with all of that said, I hope that this helped you tonight. And we haven't done much type it below today.
So yeah, type it below. If you have questions, definitely put them in the chat window. We are going to dive in and answer those questions. Let me see. I'm actually in there right now. So, but yeah, type it in. And if you're interested in going to the next level, there is a way that you can work with us a little bit more closely. And that is by going to girlplusgoals.com. No www, just http://girlplusgoals.com. That is our membership group, and we have trainings in there. We go live. We do shirt reviews. We do website reviews. It's where you get all the secrets. We actually have 1,100 templates that you can customize your design, put them directly in a template that works. So you don't have to go through all the guesswork. There's a training in there, how to get your EIN number, your LLC. We have a lot of stuff in there. So if you're interested, I think the price is, did you change it again?
It's still $109.
$109, okay.
So you want to jump in before the price increase.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to everybody in there. I'm so proud of you guys. We've literally seen people go from idea all over the place to brands going strong, sales coming in, like
people making money,
new launches. Like it's literally for those of you who want to get your t-shirt brand up and off the ground faster and have accountability partners. Me and AJ are not there to coddle you and be like, yeah. No, like we got stuff to do. We give constructive criticism. We will send you back to the drawing board. We will challenge you.
But we will push you and support you as well.
Absolutely. AJ does a lot of book challenges. He's always challenging us to read. So it's literally a group for you to grow as a person and as a business owner. And I would say I love the group. I enjoy seeing everybody's growth. I enjoy seeing everybody cheer each other on. I'm excited because now everybody has a network and a built-in audience for their brands already, so that they don't have to worry about like, is anybody gonna like my pictures? They know everybody in the goals group is gonna show up for them, and we're gonna go hard for them when it's launch day for them. People have bought each other's t-shirts. Like it's literally just a whole community that we created so that I can touch the people in that group, because it's too hard for me to answer everybody's emails, everybody's DM. Can you look at my shirt? Can you go to my website?
It's too much.
It's too much.
So we put it all in one.
So everything in one group, and I literally can just go in the group, see something, and respond right there, or go research it, or go ask AJ, and we're able to help you build your brand. Literally, I have seen so much growth. So I'm super excited. Go ahead and join now. I'm telling you.
girlplusgoals.com. And here's what I'd like for you to do after you join. Join the group.
Ooh,
go through the trainings. Go through the trainings before you come in there asking a bunch of questions, all right? Because we
listen.
Some people are like, how do you do? Like,
listen.
Go to the training.
Once you get in, okay?
It's not complicated.
We got a whole portal up in there. That's where we store stuff. It has everything you need. It's like your resource library. Everything you need is in there. Okay. Then once you get inside Facebook, you already know what to do. And then if you ask questions in a group, that's when we go live here, and then we go live inside the group. It's just really fun, and I love it. It's super cool. It's Girl Plus
Goals,
but AJ is in there.
Yeah,
there's like 2 other guys in there. So
yes, me, Jason, a couple other dudes. But here's the thing. We said it's $109, but it's $29 a month after that, because we have to have you have some skin in the game. Word. All right, so girlplusgoals.com. We will see you in the group. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them in the chat window below, and we will create trainings for that in the future. If you're good, if all hearts and minds are clear, like they say.
All hearts and minds are clear. We shall see you in the group. I'm excited to see you up in there.
Too. Yeah.
Drop your questions in so I could go ahead and save them. And if you have more, join us in the group tonight so that we can see what you need to know. Excited for you. Grow your brand. Do it. Don't wait another minute. Start right now.
Right now. Peace.